How's it going, everyone? So today was the start of the Packers rookie minicamp. So we're starting to see what it's going to look like for these new rookies and undrafted free agents to wear the green and gold. Today was just a light practice, no pads, just a helmet. And there were some clips that came out from a bunch of different reporters, Andy Herman, Rob Demoski, shout out to those guys. Going to leave their links down in the description below for these clips. So I quickly just wanted to show you guys all these clips since it is super exciting to see these rookies, in the green and gold, and starting to project, what they're going to give to this Packers football team on offense, defense, special teams, and all of the above. I was really happy with this draft class. I did my draft grade and draft review video a couple days ago, and like I said, I'm very happy with this draft class. I feel like they added a lot of talent on defense and a lot of weapons also on offense for Jordan Love. And overall, I'm just super excited about this season because it's just going to be different. I've just been used to Hall of Fame quarterback after Hall of Fame quarterback with Brett Favre going to Aaron Rodgers, so I'm definitely intrigued how this season's going to go, and that starts with their current roster and then also all the talent they added in this draft, all 13 players. All right, so first and foremost, let's bring up the screen, and the first clip we're going to see right here is Lucas Van Ness, the first round selection, pick 13, wearing number 90. I love that number for him, just doing a quick, reaction drill here, linebacker drill and whatnot. Super excited for Lucas Van Ness and what he's going to give to this Packers defense. I feel like he offers, athleticism, versatility. And I love that draft pick at pick 13. That's exactly where I had him ranked. And the Packers had a big need at edge. And, Rashawn Gary, when's he going to be back? Preston Smith is aging, probably his last year in the green and gold. Kingsley Enagbare and Lucas Van Ness and also Rashawn Gary could be the future of edge rushers for the Green Bay Packers. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm very happy with this draft pick. It's so similar to me as the Rashawn Gary pick where, he might not contribute a ton year one, but years down the line, I think this guy is going to be a really solid pass rusher. And here is our second round draft selection, Luke Musgrave, out of an inline stance here at tight end. And man, this dude looks like the definition of an athlete. He looks like a mix of a wide receiver and a tight end, which he is. He looks thin enough to where you could put him out wide and you'd be like, all right, that guy can play wide receiver. But you can also put him in line and he can work as an inline tight end, as a move tight end. I'm super excited about Luke Musgrave, just the potential that this guy has. Yes, not a ton of production at college, but the athleticism and the potential of Luke Musgrave is something the Packers haven't had in that tight end room in a very long time. And of course, there's no pads on here. It's just helmet, but he does look very quick out of his break. And like I said, he moves like a wide receiver, so that's just very exciting. Super hype with that second round draft selection in Luke Musgrave. And here we have a clip of their second round draft selection, Jayden Reed, someone who has grown on me a ton since watching his film and just doing research. When the Packers made that pick, I was a little bit shocked. I mean, it was a receiver I brushed over because he was under 6 foot, undersized. But since doing my research, I am so excited for Jayden Reed in this offense. Can play slot, can play outside. This dude plays a lot bigger than his 5'10", 5'11" frame, goes up for contested catches. I think they had him clocked in as a 4.37, has blazing speed, yak ability, knows how to get open, sits in the zones, a quarterback's best friend. I think he's all around a wonderful receiver, and I think excellent value in that second round. Just running a quick slant here, but even that, it just looks fluid. Like there's nothing about it, but it just looks fluid, and that's the definition of Jayden Reed, a fluid wide receiver. So excited for him. He's grown on me a ton. Here we have a clip of their third round draft selection, tight end Tucker Kraft. Some Kraft cheese, I'm sure that's going to be his nickname for years to come. I'm super happy they attacked this tight end room the way they did, getting an athlete in the second round and Luke Musgrave, then the round directly after getting, also an athlete, but a guy that's more physical, more of that inline, and you can tell, like, he looks more like a tight end, where Musgrave was like 6'6", tall, lanky, and it's like, okay, that guy kind of looks like a wide receiver, where Tucker Kraft here looks like a tight end, but is also a great athlete, super strong, one of the best run-blocking tight ends out of this draft class, also a really nice pass-blocking tight end. Overall, just a very sound tight end, and he also looks explosive here. The Packers are going to have two tight ends that they can do multiple things with, and I'm so happy. I wanted them to rebuild this tight end room, and I feel like that's exactly what they did. Here in this clip, we have fourth round pick Colby Wooden here out of Auburn, and I love him as well because the versatility. A lot of players in this draft check a lot of boxes for versatility, inside, outside versatility. Like Colby Wooden's probably going to be a defensive lineman for us, but if it's a third down or whatnot, you could kick him out to edge, and he would be fine there. I really like this draft pick, and the Packers in general, addressing defensive line with Colby Wooden, and also Carl Brooks. Super excited for this defensive line moving forward with all these guys added to the room. Here we have 5th round selection, Dontavian Wicks, another wide receiver that I mocked the Green Bay Packers a ton because he just screamed Green Bay Packers wide receiver. Like, every time I mocked this guy, I was like, this is a guy Brian Gutekunst is going to draft. And since doing research on him, I understood why. He has it in terms of an outside wide receiver, similar to Jaden Reed, where the numbers don't say everything. Dontavian Wicks had an excellent 2021 season, just like Jaden Reed. And I think he will be an excellent depth wide receiver for year one behind Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. In this clip, he's doing kind of like a fake bubble to an outside release to just a simple 9 route. Underthrown ball, but I think he has a lot more speed than his 40 shows. I think his combine was like a 4.65. I think Dontavian Wicks is more of like a 4.48 type of wide receiver, but has a nice release, good route running ability, solid hand. Just, again, another all-around nice wide receiver, and I like the way the Packers attack the wide receiver room rather than their typical 6'5", 4.37 type wide receivers. They kind of got more technical wide receivers, and I really like that going forward, and I really like Dontavian Wicks. Here we have a clip of their other 5th round draft selection, Sean Clifford from Penn State, throwing to their 7th round selection, Lou Nichols at running back. 2 picks that I'm not crazy about, but I understood the need of the Packers getting a backup quarterback. I just thought the pick in the 5th round was a little bit of a reach. I like Sean Clifford, don't get me wrong, but I like him as like a 7th round quarterback. I think he has, you know, the leadership abilities, the experience, of course, you know, playing 5 years at Penn State and throwing over 10,000 yards. So he has all the experience. And then Lou Nichols, you know, it's going to be a battle for that 3rd running back spot between him, Patrick Taylor, and Tyler Goodson, which I love. I love competition. So Lou Nichols, you know, I think is a player that, you know, what I'm not crazy about, but I think really could surprise me with, you know, his receiving ability and his running ability, and definitely could steal that 3rd running back spot come week 1. Here in this clip, we have a few things going on. We have some blocking drills by the tight ends, Luke Musgrave, and man, he looks like an absolute like beast of a human being. He looks extremely tall. He looks taller than 6'6", to be honest. Then we have Tucker Kraft here doing the same drill. Then we transition here to Sean Clifford and Danny Etling both throwing passes. I think Clifford's throwing to Kraft and Danny Etling's throwing to Luke Musgrave there across the middle. The last clip we have here is the Packers' 7th round draft selection at safety, Anthony Johnson Jr. out of Minnesota. They didn't address safety until the 7th round, but I love this pick in the 7th round. I think Anthony Johnson, honestly, is kind of like more of a 5th round talent safety. The safety class as a whole was kind of weak, so I understand why the Packers waited on that and just got their guy in the 7th round with Anthony Johnson. And there's going to be a bigger role for Darnell Savage, and we brought back Rudy Ford, signed Tarvarius Moore, but I still think Anthony Johnson may get some snaps. And I think if like an injury happens or, you know, he shows a lot in practice, Anthony Johnson could end up being the starting safety next to Rudy Ford, or even, you know, as a box safety, a slot type of guy, a star type of role come middle of the season. I think this guy has it. I think he has starter capability. Really like Anthony Johnson Jr. He was ranked a lot higher than the 7th round, so I really like that pick. So that does it for all the clips we have today. Just wanted to show you guys. It's so intriguing just to finally see these guys starting to practice, and I'm super hyped for the entire offseason. OTAs coming up, and then of course like training camp and preseason. I think this year is just going to be so different in terms of how the Packers are going to be developed. Like, we're used to the same old Aaron Rodgers skipping OTAs and, you know, really not getting on the same page as the wide receivers. I'm so hyped for this offseason where Jordan Love's going to show up, you know, get on the same page as all these new wide receivers, as well as Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Samori Toure, and I'm super excited to see how this new Green Bay Packers team meshes over the next couple of years. But that about does it for this video. If you are a new viewer here, every time the Packers practice and there's clips, I post it right here on this channel. So if that does interest you and you want to stay updated with all that type of stuff, definitely go down, click the subscribe button, and also leave a like on the video to support the channel. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.